at enhancing connectivity and improving infrastructure. I must underscore that Pakistan's relationship with China are not a zero-sum game and not at the expense of our relations with any other country, least of all with the United States of America, with which we have robust ties and a relationship of trust. We believe we can have close and cooperative relations with both the United States and China. Having acted as a bridge between the two countries in the past, we remain convinced that a stable and cooperative relationship between US and China is imperative for global growth, development, and security. Pakistan's position on the Ukrainian crisis is dictated by our belief in amicable resolution of conflicts and respect for the UN principles and territorial integrity and sovereignty. We will continue to play a constructive role to help end the war and mitigate the sufferings of the Ukrainian people. We hope that peace would prevail to allow people of both Russia and Ukraine to enjoy its dividends. We also believe that mitigating the impacts of this crisis on global food and energy security is critical, and hope for early resumption of Black Sea Grain Initiative. We recognize the importance of international cooperation for global peace and prosperity. To this end, Pakistan has always been a strong advocate for multilateralism, believing that through dialogue and diplomacy, we can resolve conflicts, alleviate poverty, and achieve sustainable development. We have been actively involved in the United Nations peacekeeping missions, contributing our troops to promote peace in conflict-ridden areas. Pakistan also considers arms control, disarmament, and non-proliferation efforts as vital tools to promote the goals of peace and security at the global and regional levels. Pakistan has always advocated the need for inclusive forums for deliberations and negotiations, taking into account the security interests of all states. Pakistan has been a leading voice for the reforms of the Security Council to make it more democratic, inclusive, and accountable through reforms of its membership and improvement in its working methods. Climate change is another pressing global challenge. As last year's devastating floods bear testament, Pakistan has been on the receiving end of the worst impacts of climate change, despite being one of the lowest contributors to global warming. We are doing our part to combat it by investing, with the help of our friends like the United States of America, in reconstruction, tapping renewable energy, reforestation, and sustainable agriculture practices. Ladies and gentlemen, we are committed to moving our economy to macroeconomic stability. And the good news is that since May of this year, the macroeconomic indicators in Pakistan, they have improved significantly. CPI index, which stood at 38% in May this year, has come down to